Hi guys, and welcome to my bathroom. Not very exciting background, but yeah, I am here today to talk about my skincare line. So if you did not know, I am the owner, formulator, everythinger for the skincare line, which is called Plus Minus. These are a few of the products, and I will link all of the information, including the website, our Instagram, all of that below if you want to check out more. But today I wanted to just kind of run down the history of it and then go through all the products, because I know sometimes it can be overwhelming to try to decide and just figure out what everything is. So that's what we're here for today. There's no fun Dana fact today. We're just going to jump right in. But do not forget to please subscribe if you're not, and we'll get going. So I have a little bit of a cold still, so pardon my sniffliness, if you will. But I started this business about 3 years ago, and the first 2 years were just primarily research and me learning and getting a certificate in organic skincare formulation. So the bulk of most formulators' time is spent in research and development. So if you have a new product that comes out, usually you spend months, years to develop it, which is the case for me. And I then was ready to launch my line in February of 2020. And I did, so I was very nervous about it. And you're never ready for it. It's just like when you think of buying a house or having a kid, you don't ever feel ready. But I did launch, and then a week later, COVID shut everything down. So it was kind of not the start that I wanted. We did pick back up in the fall of 2020 and have been going strong ever since. So I got into it because I started using I'll show you, this oil, rosehip seed oil, not this very one, but I think it was the ordinary rosehip seed oil, and it really just started to change my skin. I had typically dry skin, very dehydrated, and no matter what creams I bought, they didn't do anything. So I started slathering my face with oil. It started working, and I was like, oh, this is cool. It can actually change. And then I looked into other skincare products, for my mom. There is our origin story on our website. If you want to know about that, you can go check that out. And it just snowballed from there. So it started with a simple oil. I actually use rosehip seed oil in almost all of my products still. And then it got into more complex things like an emulsion, which is a cream, or one of my very favorites, which is Plum Crazy. This is an oil cleansing balm. So I have a few different varieties of things, and I think we'll start with the cleansers first. These are my two cleansers. This is called Rub-a-Dub Eucalyptus Scrub. They all have kind of fun, punny names. And as it would suggest, this is an exfoliating scrub. And this is Plum Crazy Clean, which is our oil cleansing balm. So I get a lot of questions about when to use these. And my answer for that is it kind of depends. But I primarily use a cleanser at night. For me, especially with a history of dry skin, if I use a cleanser, a harsh or a strong cleanser in the morning, I'm basically starting out at a deficit and my skin is already drier. Even though these two aren't going to dry your skin, I just don't feel it's necessary. So I would suggest, if you do tend to have normal or dry skin, just rinse your face with water. You don't need anything crazy. I mean, you just slept, you didn't get dirty really. You can use a little reusable cotton round. It helps to exfoliate a little bit, but without any chemical or anything on it. And then, so at nighttime, this is when you would use either of these two products. So the first one is our Plum Crazy. This would be my first step almost every day. I use a cleansing balm every single day, unless I just didn't get out of bed. But if I put anything on my face, I want to take it off, and that is the first step. So if you have heard of a cleansing balm, that is what this is, or a cleansing oil. They're kind of all the same. And I will show you what it looks like. So this is the kind of look of it. It is kind of like a liquidy balm. And what you do is you put it on dry skin. So if you're gonna hop in the shower, I always kind of put it on before I get in, then just rub it in, and then I hop in the shower. And it almost acts as a little bit of a mask before you get in the shower and rinse it off. And then when you rinse it, it comes off in an oily fashion. It's really hard to see on the video, but there you can see. It's like a milky consistency. So this one is going to be very gentle on all skin types. It's unscented. The scent in it is from plum seed oil, which kind of smells like marzipan or almond. So that is the only scent in it. That's why I say it's very gentle. It's also going to leave your skin feeling so supple, so smooth, and just not at all dried out compared to a lot of other cleansers. So that's why I say this is an everyday thing, usually at night. And then people also ask, like, when does this exfoliator come in? Which is a fair question. I would say a lot of people tend to use an exfoliator a few times a week, sometimes only one time a week or even every other week. And that really depends on your skin type. Now, this exfoliator, the base of it is just a cream. So when I went into thinking, I don't want something that makes my skin feel dry and taut. I want something that moisturizes, but like also exfoliates. So the beads in it, the exfoliating part, come from jojoba beads. So they're already going to be very moisturizing, not stripping on your skin. And then top it off with just basically a moisturizing cream base. It's not going to dry your skin out. So you can use it more often than some other scrubs. But again, it kind of depends on your skin. So you can use both of these in one night if you want. And I do that all the time. You start with this, rinse all your sunscreen, makeup, whatever else off. And then this would be the next step. And you can do them in the shower or just at the sink. Again, this one you do not have to use every day, the scrub. Next up, we have our moisturizers. I'm trying to not let these fall. So these are our 3 cream moisturizers. We also have 2 facial oils, which are also moisturizers. And I get this question quite often, like, what's the difference between one of the oils and the creams? And it's just a matter of delivery. Some people really like an oil and that's all they use and their face just soaks it up, while other people really like a cream. Maybe their face needs more water. Totally up to them. You can also combine them, but that's just kind of the basics of them. And so when I have these 3, they kind of go in order of lightest to richest. So our lightest one is Fancy Tansy, which is our newest. This is the perfect summer moisturizer. It goes on so easily. It also is kind of this fun blue color from the blue tansy oil. And you put it on and basically you rub for 5 seconds and it absorbs into your skin. It's gonna feel moisturized, but not overly dewy or like greasy. So that's why I say this is perfect for the summer when you just have more sebum on your face. It's hotter out, you're sweating. You don't need a heavy moisturizer. So this is perfect for the daytime. Also, people with oily skin, this is something that they could use year round. But even my friends with dry skin have been using it and loving it. The next one we have is Rose and Shine. This is kind of the basic one. Like if you just want one cream, you can use it morning, night, winter, summer, hands, face. It's this one. It soaks in, but it also has some oils where this one doesn't have hardly any oils. The only oil it has in it is called hemi-squalane or like squalane light. So very light, very dry oil. This one has a few more oils, not anything heavy, but it is gonna give you just a tad more moisture. That's why I say it's just like the one cream to roll them all, and you can use it all the time. And then we come to our richest one, which is called Chartreuse by Night. And I forget if I said, this is called Rose and Shine. Chartreuse by Night is our richest one. I call it a night cream. I wouldn't put it on during the day, but if you have very, very dry skin, I have heard of people putting it on in the morning. And you know, it's one of those things, like if it works for you, you should do it. But for most people, I would say at night. And this is just gonna leave your skin with that like supple, soft feeling in the morning. One of my favorite things about it is it has this kind of whipped consistency. You can't see it in my video, but when you put it on, it's just like the smoothest texture, and it's kind of this really nice sensory experience. Now, one of my favorite things in the dry, cold, windy days of winter is to combine these two. So this is our Chartreuse by Night, and this is potion number 9, which is a facial oil. It has 9 different oils and extracts, and the combination of these two is out of this world amazing. And if you really suffer from dry skin, you need to be doing this combo. And what I do is just a little dab of the cream, a few drops of this, mix it in my hands, put it on my face. And then we get the one that started it all, Rosehip seed oil. I wanted to carry this because I love it so much, and I know a lot of people with sensitive, like kind of red, acne-prone skin tend to love this kind of oil. So for me, it was like, let's put out an oil that is all organic, and it actually has 2 different varieties of rosehip seed oil, so that's gonna be different than most others. And the price is so comparable to really big brands, where like The Ordinary, I think is $10. This is $13 for 1 ounce. So for me as a very small brand, it's a pretty good deal. And then last up, our best-selling, most loved serum. So this is called the Triple Crown Serum, and it is called that because it has 3 kind of hero ingredients in it. One is hyaluronic acid. You guys have all heard of that. It basically binds water to it and helps your moisturizer do a better job. It also has natural peptides, which I say it has 3 main hero ingredients. I actually put 4 natural peptides in it. So it's really, you're getting like 6 hero ingredients. But peptides are amino acids. They're the building block. A lot of people see really noticeable differences when they use them. And then the last one is Centella asiatica, which is an extract. And that is really good for reducing redness. If you have very irritated skin, it just kind of like calms everything down. And then of course there are lots of other great ingredients in it, but those are kind of the hero ones. And so this one you can use morning or night. You can use it around your eyes, on your eyes. It has no added fragrance. The only scent comes from a hydrosol. So it's very good for sensitive skin, but it also is great for dry, dehydrated, aging skin, mature skin, basically everyone. And I always tell people, if you put this on, use it before your moisturizer. So put it on your face, then your moisturizer, and then if it's in the morning, put on a sunscreen. If it's at night, you can put on maybe like an overnight mask. So that's kind of the order of operations. All right, guys, so that's kind of the rundown. But if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'm so excited to share it with you. And on my Instagram, I try to do a really good job of educating people about skincare, because obviously if you follow me here on YouTube, you know that like I'm a skincare and sunscreen nut. And it's one of those things that people just are starting to pick up on. I think COVID, especially like the year of 2020 was the year of skincare. But it's something that we should be doing all the time, not just in a year of quarantine. And there's so much to learn though. Like it's just overwhelming for a lot of people. So I try to distill it. And that's also why our line is not overly extensive. I mean, we are going to be adding to it. We have products in the works right now, but it's never going to be one of those lines where you're just like, oh, I have 28 choices for one moisturizer. It's not going to be that way. So if you enjoyed watching, please do give this a like, comment below, and let me know which product you are looking forward to trying, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.